records scanning project approved in session on February 19th, 2026. Preparation for and family services to attend the Ohio Job and Family Services Directors Association new director fiscal.
By myself, so I went out to Bass Lake to catch a stray.
Votes will be contingent.
So the position that we advertised for the part-time shelter attendant. I had a few people ask me questions about the part-time position, and since it's been a long time that I looked at it and I just glanced at it when I put it up, is that it said you have to participate in youth and.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything we should do, or we should just proceed? Okay.
You want me to screen mine? I can do live. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah, and then 9 is right, Christy?
To update the current, like to post the revised job description on the currently posted.
Okay. Do you want to, but I believe we should go with a grade 8 at this point at 2090 to see what kind of people we get. And if we get a good candidate, it could be 65, okay. I'm 55. So when I say young, I'm not, energetic is really what.
I'm still hearing, sorry.
Is Rubino maintenance agreement with doing business as Munn Septic to perform pumping services, repair, replacement, and maintenance on grease traps and septic tanks in various locations per the director for a 3-year period, not to exceed $15,000.
I'll approve 12.
Second. Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brady.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes. Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brady.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Lawn mowing services at various county locations, including the West Geauga Center, per the director, for a period of April 15th, 2026 through October 31st of 2027, in the amount not to exceed.
Reached out to a bunch of people.
And then, so what I do is I look and see what the cost is per acre, what the average cost per acre would be for a county government, and he is right in line.
Okay, with where it should be. Yeah, that was the only thing I was worried about, is because there's only one quote, there's nothing to compare it to as far as being too high or too low, so, okay. I'll make a motion to approve number 13.
Second. Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brady.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Charles TCAP upgrade project to be held on Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on March 6th, 2026, March 13th, 2026, and we are moving out to bid.
Okay, I get confused sometimes. There's so many like multi-steps
There
in
are
these processes. I'm like, I
there's a
thought we already
lot of
approved this.
steps.
I'll move to approve number 14.
Second. Any discussion? Call.
Board waive the chin accrual max for Susan Sikowski, Fiscal and Budget Officer, beginning February 15th through August 15th. Since the first of the year, she's been doing double. Anytime she takes time off, it seems like it just puts her further and further behind. And so that's why we're requesting that by August, she should help train our new employee and hopefully get it back down to that 200-hour mark.
Well, we appreciate her hard work. I'll move to approve number 15.
Second. Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Gorse, Department of Water. Couple items on the agenda today. First item is requesting the board grant permission to the department to advertise for bids for the Services Center Water Treatment Facility Upgrade Project to be held Wednesday, April 1st at 2 p.m. Notice of the bid opening will be advertised March 6th, March 6th, March 13th, and on the county website. This project is able to increase. So the project is currently a 98,000 gallon ground standpipe that'll sit next to our water treatment plant. Currently 350,000 gallons to the water system here. Reinforce it, protect it for future. At the same time, we'll be replacing both backup generator systems, one for the plant and one that's located at the tower itself. So separate generation there. And finally, the third piece of this is these. Unfortunately, submitted this project to the EPA. They were in their transition from one submittal system to the next, and it kind of got lost. Sat on somebody's desk from a paper. So keeping in compliance.
I'll move to approve number 16.
Second. Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
On the agenda is requesting the board grant permission to advertise for bids for the Merritt Road Sanitary Sewer Extension Project to be held April 1st at 2:10 PM. Notice of the bid openings will be at driveway that comes out of Merritt Road, so that's where the sanitary sewer terminates. This sewer line will go from that location across Ravenwood to serve the 4 parcels that are north of Ravenwood Drive that have sewer service. In short-term range, it'll serve the proposed youth home, and then be able to serve any other development for those over there. The funding for this has been graciously provided by the commissioners as part of, the infrastructure upgrade, so it's all local funded. It will be local prevailing wage rates for the project.
You answered all of my questions on these last 2 ones, like just in your, I have them already.
In anything that happens in rates, not your bi-monthly sewer rate. These are requested services. This is when you want to connect to the water system. These are your permit application fees. This is the fee table for lab cost. You want to have your water tested, you come to the lab, buy a lab test, take it back. These are the costs associated with the lab fees. Associated a little bit, the biggest item of note here, and I'll cover it, is the late fee. The percentage have a lot, increased over the years. A few years back, it was only into that 200, 250, and it's just gradually increased. Through the process of the going to pay, stays below the line, right? So at that 6%. Compared to other communities, other counties, one county still at 6, majority of them are 8, and with their late fee dues. I want to get these people to pay their bill. So I think the 12.5% that we're proposing on this is going to need to do. That's dated since then, 2019, 18, 17. I actually, we weren't billing for. We've
No, I
made
was
some,
surprised there was no water shut off or turn on fee
So-
prior to now.
department never did it.
Yeah. Oh, they never turned off
They
the
weren't
water.
a lot of money by that. Bankruptcy, we'll lose our money, we don't get it, or people move. Now that certification can fall on the individual who buys that property, right? Because your taxes are in the rear, so prove that process. In addition to some of these items, what we've put in here, hey, contact the Department of Water Resources, a cost recovery. So some of our systems were put in, just noted proof of this. So they drew up all of those records and not make us search through our rules and regs, the couple hundred pages they are, and say, well, it's on this page, and it's going to put it in front of everybody. Some of the other items, actually real cost. You're going to see a large jump on a 1-inch water main tap and pit. We try not to do this. Our guys are not, we don't have a big enough staff to do this, but in the instant, we can tap your water, especially at nighttime in the middle of the night when there's an emergency, there's a break, we have the equipment, we can. However, we never charge anybody for their private connection. It's kind of distributed, dispersed. We're just trying to make them upfront and transparent so that it matches with everybody else. The other things in here, cost to in an emergency, we'll bill you for it, for the time they had to call that staff in. So being a revenue-based agency, we want to make sure we're covering all of our costs. And then we added, you'll see in our questionnaires,
Oh, that
most of that.
questionnaire.
Yeah, the
What-
commercial
okay.
questionnaire.
Got it.
Backflow dependent, so the backflow devices that they have on their properties to prevent contamination of the drinking water system. Our water meter pits could be into the sanitary sewer. Or come to you and say, hey, you need to disconnect this. If you don't, when we do our fog testing and smoke comes billowing out of the roof of your house, we'll send you the fee. And then the last couple pages on here are the lab fees. And you'll see various increases. It's about a $2.50 increase on us or you. It's a benefit. All of the community, other, commercial wastewater treatment, their operators bring their tests. Residents can bring their water to have it tested. So, but equipment costs, chemical costs, product costs have gone up. And if you can look, some of these haven't even been updated in 7 or 8 years.
And would you say that, with the exception of the late fees, or just about cost recovery and making sure you're covering whatever costs you're putting into these things. I mean, I know with a late fee, that's more of a behavioral type of provision, right?
Right.
But for everything else, you feel like this is cost recovery?
Yes, it's to put us in line where the lab runs about a point. In theory, we would be a bad business. However, you add in our plants, our testing and all of that, the lab at that point in time just comes below 1.0. So,
Your customers' formula that you gave that is more economical if you pay your bill than run it through your taxes. Do you have like a little?
Did you know type series? On our website, we've talked about social media, but again, we're in the county, we're a small, we're really close to, so we can do to their account. So we're working through all of that to actually educate better.
I think that'd be very helpful.
Yeah, we agree. In the conversations that we've had, increases, one's going to be effective with April 1 testing in their May 1 billing. We'll post on the website. We'll also send out an email to our mailing in their current bill that's going to come out. We'll put a link that comes on the opposite months of our monthly bill. So we'll put a notice, hey, it's going up. We'll also talk to the operators we know. Luckily, a good
Time, and now there's this big jump.
Yeah.
Whether, if we're doing.
The intent here is to put this on an annual review. Right? With an annual review doesn't mean we increase it.
Right.
It just means we've reviewed the numbers to make sure we're in compliance. It could be one test, it could be another test. Things could go up. We could see a spike in the chemicals that we use for treatments, so that we have to adjust.
Yeah.
But the goal is, as we do with our annual